from Salzburg for the 10th edition of the beer tasting for the Brewers Advent Calendar. I hope everybody is ready and curious what's behind door number 10. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Martin. I'm a beer blogger from Austria, and I'm running the YouTube channel probeer.tv. Maybe you have seen some of my videos during the last years. I was following the beer Advent Calendar quite for a long time, so maybe you're familiar with my channel. Maybe you want to check it out later on. But now, stick with us. We have a really, really good beer from Germany, from the Brewers Advent Calendar. With me also today is Claudia. Claudia is from the Cloud. And she changed now from Cloud number 9 to Cloud number 10. And say hello, Claudia. Claudia is here to answer all your questions that might arise. You can check her on the Beer Tasting Club live page. You can check her on YouTube. You can check her on Facebook. You can post the pictures where you are drinking the beer on Facebook. And Claudia will try to put all the questions, she will forward them to me and the brewer of today's beer. But of course, it's not me, the star of tonight. It's not Claudia, the star of tonight. It's the beer. And we will check out what's behind door number 10. And we open this. It's the difficult part of tonight. Oh, we have a red can. Oh. And we have a beer. Oh, it's the Käuzle German Pilsner style. It's a brewery from Franconia, but we will talk about that later on with the brewer. The brewer is still outside. They are having some mulled wine, but I will release them, rescue them, and bring them in and get some really good beer. And I go to the door and check them out. Jakob?
Nicht, dass ich jetzt hier mit der Tasse reinmarschiere und Glühwein hier trinke.
So, Jakob, hello and welcome to the show. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Jakob, we have your Käuzle German Pilsner style. First of all, where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Bavaria.
Okay.
More exactly or more precisely from Franconia.
And this is a huge difference to Franconian people. It's like they say they're not belonging to Bavaria, and Franconia is the even bigger beer area in Bavaria, right?
Yeah, most of the breweries are actually in Franconia. And what is also very important, that in Franconia they drink more Pilsner style than Helles.
Oh.
So Munich is famous for the Helles.
Yeah, of course.
And Franconia for the Pilsner.
And where's your brewery exactly located?
Near Würzburg.
Okay.
So yeah, almost in the north of Bavaria.
And you have a very funny logo on the can and also on the bottles you brought for us. This is Käuzle. It's hard to translate it into English because it would say owl.
Yeah, it's like owl, and that's because why do we have a owl on our can? So
question, of
yeah,
course.
So that's actually it's an interesting story because it's highly connected to the city where we brew.
Okay.
So to Ochsenfurt.
Okay.
Ochsenfurt is the city, and there is a mug in an owl form that's almost 400 years old, and it's presented to guests and real good friends of the city, and it's filled with wine or beer, contains 3 liters, and if you can do it in one, you can write your name in the golden Kauzen book.
So is this the smaller version of this mug you brought for us?
Yes, this is the smaller version, only half a liter, I think, but still enough. So, but it's a replica of the original one.
Wow, that's a nice tradition that you're having. I think we should not make everybody wait too long until we pour the beer. So let's get started.
Where do we pour it in the
I think
in the mug, so.
You can put it right in the mug. I put some in the glass so we can just check what the beer looks like. One short thing, if you post any comments on either YouTube, Facebook, or on the BeerTasting live page, you're invited to ask questions, but also if you have any comments, give us feedback on our live stream, what you like, what you dislike, and we draw everyday winner, and we will give six glasses of our Beer Tasting Club special glasses to the everyday winner. And I heard a sound. It's Claudia. Claudia, what's the question?
Someone on the YouTube would like to know why Franconia is famous for the Pilsner.
Oh,
good question.
Good question. So maybe I think Franconia is also famous for its wine. So you have a really strong wine with about 11 or 12% alcohol, and after that you need a schlank, maybe a very light beer, so not a hoppy beer. That's a difference to the wine.
So something
maybe
after the wine would be a beer. Because we have a wine region close to Vienna, and what the brewers of that region tell me, their best clients are the wineries. So when they come from a long day working in the vineyard, they go to the brewery, and the first they're having is a light, good lager beer, and something thirst quenching.
So perhaps I have to say some of the in the vineyards, the people who work there, they tell us the best thing after a lot of wine is a pils at night. So I don't know, maybe it's because of the wine, maybe it's because we like more hoppier beers than in the southern Bavaria. I don't know.
But when you think of a Pilsner, you normally think of a northern German Pilsner, which is definitely much lighter in color. You have a nice golden clear color, you have a nice white foam on top, but the color is a little bit deeper than the northern German Pilsner. So
exactly, that's why we use also some Munich malt.
Okay.
So it's more golden. I don't like these really pale Pilsner. So it has to have some color. So yeah.
What is? Oh yeah, we have to change for the original map.
So you have to the eyes
have to face me.
Yeah, have contact.
Okay.
So that means you're an open guy and want to drink beer.
But I will not drink it.
No. You have to. You don't have to.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, it's again. If I would compare it to a classic northern German Pilsner, this is much more grainy, has much more mouthfeel, a little bit sweeter, but still it has the hoppy character. So you're keeping the hoppy character from the classic German Pilsner, but you're adding a little bit more of the malty side.
Yeah, exactly. A bit more of the malty side, and also not that bitter, but also hoppy, but not that bitter in the.
What's the alcohol on this one? It's
5, I think. Oh,
4.8.
So
it's rather a lighter one. If we're talking about German-style Pilsner, it's almost around 4.8 to 5.0, so that fits perfectly in. And do you know the bitterness of this beer?
About 30.
About 30, so
not too bitter.
Not too bitter,
so maybe
yeah?
I think the northern German Pilsner will be like 35. Maybe.
But still, they appear to be much bitter than more bitter than this one, as there's not too there's little malty sweetness, and the malt balances the bitterness quite well with this one.
And then I'll have that late hoppiness, maybe the aroma.
So would you say that almost every Franconian, because when I think of Franconia, the first beer style that arises is Rauchbier. Maybe it's because the city of Bamberg made it so popular. But would you say instead of a Helles in the rest of Bavaria, every single brewery in Franconia would offer a pils?
I
They
think
should.
they should, and I think I don't know any brewery in Franconia that doesn't have a pils.
My tour through Franconia is still pending because I was planning to do one, but it was, of course, postponed due to the pandemic. So I'm very happy that we can have some Franconian beer here. Let's talk a little bit of the history. Your brewery is quite old, 1809, so it's 212 years now. So is it always been family owned, this brewery?
Not always. The first generation of the brewery was not in the family, but we are now the 7th generation.
Okay.
So almost for 200 years, it's family owned.
Wow, that's quite a long time, and especially in times when big beer buys small breweries. But talking about the city of Ochsenfurt, is your brewery, is it a vital part of the things going on in the city? Normally you have fests going on, you have, let's say, the fire brigade has their annual fest, every sports club wants to be supported. Is this all coming together with your brewery? Are they always asking you to donate some beer to their fest to support them?
Yeah, that's the nice thing about Franconia. In every city or village, you have almost a brewery. Okay. And this brewery is really important for the village or city, because every fest, every party is sponsored, or the beer is from the local brewery. So that's how it is in Ochsenfurt. We have the famous Bratwurstfest.
Oh.
So that's the Americans understand Bratwurst.
Bratwurst is definitely a term every American will understand.
And we also have another brewery in our hometown. So we have about 10,000 inhabitants and have 2 breweries. That's really awesome, and both of them are family owned.
But if you have some... Before I ask this question, we have Claudia asking another question.
Someone in the audience would like to know what part of the brewing process really defines the German Pilsner, and specifically, did you have to do a double decoction to make this delicious beer?
That's a professional, I think.
Yeah, we're getting into details.
So now it's not decoction. It's just a normal Einmischverfahren.
Yeah.
Just
one
mash. Whatever. The person who asked will know it, because he's actually, or maybe a master brewer. I don't know. Second question, or the hoppy question. We use hop from Franconia, actually. So we have in Spalt some hop fields. We have just German traditional hop sorts.
So you would say the definition of a Pilsner beer style more or less is hops first, the hop flavors and the amount of hops that goes into the kettle, and the malt is in second row.
Maybe both are important. So we have our malt from just behind the brewery, because we are famous region.
When you judge the importance of the ingredients,
in
Pilsner beer,
for Pilsner beer,
the hops is ranking first,
and of course also the quality of the hop.
And so you're getting all your ingredients from the area. Is this something that every brewery in Franconia would more or less do? Or is this something that's rather special to some breweries that have contracted some farms growing the hops for them?
I don't know, but we are in this.
For your brewery, of course.
But in Franconia also we are in this situation that we have the perfect condition to grow hops and to grow malt or barley.
Yeah. As we have experts watching, you probably know that hops is a very, very sensitive plant, and this actually does not grow everywhere on this planet. It's the area in Franconia with the Spalt. It's the Hallertau, which is the still largest hop growing area in the world, and of course Yakima Valley in the Pacific Northwest. So there are not too many areas in the world where hops can be grown. So what would you say is special about the hops that you are using? What's the aroma profile of this hops? Is it?
We really use classic sorts of hops. So that are, I don't know how old they are, but like the Hallertauer Tradition, or the really classic sorts that maybe 90% of the breweries use for the Pilsner, but it's a really good quality that we have in Franconia.
And it's more bittering hops than bringing any other aromas to the beer. The hops in this beer is mainly meant for bitterness. Right. Okay. You brought us some other beers, so if people are interested, and I know lots of you are coming for beer trips to Franconia, if they would visit your brewery, they can, of course.
They can. Yeah.
You do tours?
Due to pandemic situation, it's a bit difficult, but we do open tours. So if you're in Ochsenfurt, what is really a beautiful city, really medieval, so like Rothenburg.
Wow.
Yeah. If you come to Ochsenfurt, visit us.
So better skip Rothenburg, because I know it's very crowded there.
Yeah, Ochsenfurt is not too crowded,
but
also very pretty, and the beer is really good.
So you do tours, and what kind of other beers do you do besides the Pilsner? So they know about the Pilsner now. You brought some other beers?
I brought some lager, so that's a really mild beer style, bock.
Okay,
so
of course.
Tough. And an export. So that's a bit more malty, has a bit more alcohol, but really good drinkable beer, exclusively or especially for the Franconian food. So if you eat a Schäufele or Bratwurst or whatsoever, this is the perfect beer for it.
And you have lots of restaurants that serve this food. Because the Bratwurst in Ochsenfurt, would it be the small one, like you get it in Nuremberg, or is it the real deal?
No, that's a real deal.
That's good to hear, because whenever I go to Nuremberg, it's making me crazy, because they have those small sausages, and you leave the restaurant even more hungry than you came in. Jakob, another thing is, when we come back to this beer, it's really not too sweet in the end. It's getting a little bit drier, and it makes you drink even more. Yeah. So this is
for the next sip.
For the next sip, yeah. And even with this what is kind of ceramic?
It's a ceramic
mug. It makes you even more thirsty. And again, Claudia from the cloud, there's another question.
Yeah, this is a question that I have. I'm curious about the cups. Is this a tradition where you brew and where you're from? Is it a tradition in the country as a whole? Tell us the story behind the cups.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
About this cups? Oh.
Yes.
Okay. About this one? Okay.
This one. It's really a tradition in also, I think, all over Germany, maybe, that cities have their own mugs in special forms or whatsoever. The owl form is really special, so maybe that's not usual. For other towns, it's just their symbol, or I don't know. But the mug-shaped owl, owl-shaped mug.
Do you sell them at your brewery? Because
exactly.
Lots of people will ask.
Sure.
So if you visit the brewery, you have a shop where you can buy them.
Yeah.
But in general, the non-see-through mugs are quite popular in Bavaria. You have them with a metal lid, and but some bars also have to or are storing the mugs for their regulars. That's a really huge tradition about
safe for mugs, and every customer has its own mug. So that's something.
But I'm just I get a sign that we have a video from your brewery. So maybe we can transmit some impressions of the brewery, and I would like to just show the video to you and get a little impression on the brewery. Okay, so you saw some impressions of the brewery, and meanwhile I got yesterday's winner, and I can announce him, Glenn Gerhardt. He's the winner from yesterday of 6 of the special beer tasting club glasses that we make exclusively for these tasting sessions. So give a hand of applause to Glenn. And if you want to be the lucky winner today, post your comments, ask your questions, and give us feedback, and we'll announce today's winner in tomorrow's show. Okay, Jakob, it was a pleasure having you here. I think we gave a little bit of introduction to Franconian beers. And at least I learned that Pilsner is famous to Franconia, which I didn't knew before. So also I learned something tonight. But we have a tradition that we have to fulfill. We have the Wall of Taste, and every brewery that is in the calendar puts up a metal tag or at least a sticker to. Oh, before we do that, there's another question from Claudia.
Few comments, actually.
Okay.
A couple of people would like to congratulate you on the beer that you've brewed because they love it. It's one of their favorites this Advent calendar. A couple of people wanted to remind you to drink during this show. Yeah. And I was curious to understand how long it takes you as a brewer to get to the right beer, to really figure it out.
So the development of a recipe then?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you first start thinking about, okay, I want to make a German-style Pilsner, to being happy with the product, what that process is as a brewer.
Okay. Maybe as a brewer, you have to say you're never happy with your product. you always want to change something, make it better. I don't know. So it takes a long time, and it's never finished.
But to be honest, with a brewery of your of this old, can you really change a recipe? Because I bet if you switch from one hops to another, people would start complaining within seconds.
No, you can only go in very small steps. But you can sometimes change the hops or the amount of the hops or the amount of the malt, and these small steps you can always. But it takes it takes about 1 year to make a small step to improve your beer. But you're never really 100% happy with your beer.
But what is the criteria to adapt or do something with the recipe? Is it the feedback you get from clients or from customers, or is it the brewer's taste that he believes we should adjust the recipe a little bit, or is it both?
Sometimes it's just the time. So we have some new hop sorts that we are actually trying right now. So I don't know if you heard about the new hop sorts, and that are also with the climate change that have more or more sustainable against all these climate changes. So that is something we have to try. So then there's try and error. So it's.
But with your traditional beers, maybe you stick. But are you also doing new beers? For example, these are all bottom fermenting beers. Do you also do top fermenting beers like wheat, of course?
Exactly. We're one of the first Franconian top fermenting breweries.
Okay.
And we had the honor to make the Perlensour last year.
Okay.
We also try new styles, but keep to the traditional.
So you're not having an IPA or
no.
So you're sticking. Oh, it's getting busy with Claudia.
questions coming through.
Okay.
There's another question about how you decide whether you're going to put your beer in a glass bottle or a can.
This is, I think, quite easy to answer. You normally only bottle your beers, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. This is a specialty that you probably, not everybody is aware of. Only for the Brewers Advent Calendar, these beers are canned, of course, for quality reasons. We want to ship them as good as possible, and transport and shipping takes a lot of time. And of course, a can is the most safe packaging for the beer. But normally, your beers are
normally it's just in the bottle or keg. But that's because we drive our beer on our own with our own trucks in a radius about 50 or 200 kilometers around our brewery. So, and sometimes to the USA.
But is it the first time that you ship your beers to the US with the calendar, or have you been with the calendar in the past?
Yeah, we have been in the calendar in the past, but we never shipped beer beside of Calais to America.
Wow, so you're very privileged to have this beer, and very, very good news that you all like it. Yeah, coming back to the good old tradition, we are putting a metal tacker to our wall of taste, and I would ask you to find yours and find a place.
So that's our brewery.
Oh.
That's our brewery in
and
Ochsenfurt.
This is your head brewer?
No. That's our head brewer, Heinrich Gehring, one of my grandfathers. So, yeah, that's it. If you come to Ochsenfurt and see this place, come in and get a beer.
Very, very good.
Oh,
so
nice.
The small one.
Oh, this is...
Now it's getting dangerous for me, so I continue drinking, but whilst Jacob is doing the work on the wall, I would like to say thank you for everybody watching us. I know it's quite early for you during the day. We hope you enjoyed our video today. We hope you tune in tomorrow and enjoy the rest of the beer. I will definitely, and see you all tomorrow. Bye from Salzburg.